Kylie Jenner has been removed from Forbes magazine Billionaires list, and in this video I want to discuss whether Forbes magazine is treating Kylie Jenner fairly, as well as go over the timeline of events from 2015 to 2019 and this year in 2020, as well as going over the formula that Forbes magazine uses for determining somebody's net worth, all coming right up. Hey guys, welcome to another video by the Financial Controller. My name is Bill Hanna and I'm a licensed CPA in the great state of New York. And in today's video, we're discussing the unfolding story of Forbes magazine removing Kylie Jenner from its billionaire list. Now, to better understand the story, we gotta go back to the year 2015 when Kylie Jenner first began her product line, which was selling lip kits online. Obviously, she had the signature look with her lips and she marketed that product on the show itself, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, as well as her Instagram account, which she had millions of followers. And within minutes, she sold out, and that was about 15,000 of those kits at about $29 a piece, which was close to $500,000 in revenue in just minutes. And based on that quick success, they then partnered with a bigger cosmetics company and launched Kylie Cosmetics in 2016. And they claim to have had $300 million in revenue in 2016. Obviously, this at the time wasn't a public company. It was basically their claim, and they're claiming that to Forbes magazine because at the time they reached out to Forbes magazine and they tried to get Kylie in either on the cover or somehow mentioned otherwise in Forbes magazine. So Forbes magazine began doing what they usually do in this case, which is sending a reporter to Kylie Jenner and understand her net worth. And so they began investigating Kylie Jenner in 2018 to understand her net worth and make sure that she can be included in its billionaires list. And in March 2019, Forbes magazine determined that not only Kylie Jenner is a billionaire, but she's actually the youngest self-made billionaire ever. And then later in the same year, in November 2019, Coty, which is a much bigger, well-established, publicly traded company, acquired a stake, 51% stake in Kylie Cosmetics for $600 million, which then implied a value for the company of $1.2 billion. And that pretty much eased any worries that Forbes magazine had, because they had already declared her a billionaire in March of 2019. So when this deal happened in November 2019, then that was a reaffirmation or a validation of the fact that she's indeed a billionaire. And now I'd like to take a closer look into the formula that Forbes magazine uses to determine whether somebody is a billionaire, and that's the next part of this video. Now we look at the formula that Forbes magazine uses to determine somebody's net worth, and it's pretty basic. It goes assets minus liabilities will equal the net worth of the person. And so what goes into the assets will be cash and cash equivalents, investments, and real estate holdings, and then obviously liabilities, whether there are any loans such as mortgages or any other business loans. Now what Forbes magazine does is send over an investigative journalist to meet with the accountants and the investment advisors of the person and make a list of all the assets that they hold. Obviously, when it comes to cash, that's easy. They look at bank statements, they look at holdings. When it comes to cash equivalents such as money market accounts, and then they look at investments, that will be things like equities or debt securities or any other investments they hold. And then they look at real estate, and what they do for real estate is that they would meet with local real estate agents and understand the values and the current market values of the real estate holdings that they have. With loans, they would request documents such as mortgage documents to understand what liabilities this person has. Now, in the case of Kylie Jenner, what we want to calculate here is her assets and her cash holdings. We know from the Coty deal she received $600 million, but that's before tax. After tax, that was something close to $350 million. So if you put here $350 million, she most likely has some cash from prior to that deal, so we'll estimate that to be around $50 million. It could be more, but we'll estimate that for now. And for investments, we know that from the Coty deal, she kept ownership of half of Kylie Cosmetics, so the Coty company only acquired half of the company, so she keeps the other half. The deal was valuing the company at $1.2 billion, and so half of that would be $600 million, and so we can assume that she had $600 million in investments. We have no clear picture of what she has in real estate. We assume that she has some, but we have no idea what that is. So just working with these numbers here, 50 plus 350 plus 600, that gets us to 1 billion. And again, we don't know what she owns in terms of real estate, but there must be a certain number that goes in here as well that we don't know about. And in terms of liabilities, we have no clear picture or no way of knowing what debt or loans she held at the time. And we assume that they're immaterial for the sake of this calculation. And that will get us to the $1 billion valuation here. And this is most likely what Forbes magazine determined and what they based on the net worth $1 billion on. And now they're coming in 2019 and they're taking back her title as a billionaire, and they're saying that her net worth as they calculate today is somewhere around 900 million. And so the difference between Forbes magazine valuation in 2019 of $1 billion and today in 2020 of $900 million is about 10% or $100 million. And to me, that's not a big enough difference for Forbes magazine now to be claiming that Kylie Jenner had defrauded them and lied to them and removing her from the list. And so to me, this feels like Forbes magazine is doing all of this as a publicity stunt to attract more attention to their magazine, and not sure if this is a fair treatment for Kylie Jenner. The story is still unfolding. There are still bits and pieces of the news that are still coming out. And in the next videos, I'll be going over other aspects of this story, such as the tax returns that were provided by Kylie Jenner to Forbes magazine, as well as the Cody acquisition. And so tell me what you think in the comment section below. What other aspects of the story would you like to see addressed here on this channel, as well as your comment whether Forbes magazine have been treating Kylie Jenner fairly, or you think, like I do, this is just a publicity stunt by Forbes magazine. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.